Good morning, everybody. A little update on gun laws and control again. The update is that we've lost more of our freedom. The government and the doggone president here has passed the law that they are banning the assault rifles. Well, assault rifle can be any rifle can be used for assault. So you know what's next, folks? They're fixing to put a hammering on us on our gun rights, I think. The cotton pickers are changing the laws, and it ain't gonna stop killing. People been killing each other for thousands of years. That gun, before guns ever came out. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. That's my argument. You know, and it's just ridiculous, the gun control they want on us. It's ridiculous. They've been after it for years. First they tell you can't carry a loaded firearm on you without paying Big Brother money for a permit to carry a daggum weapon. Then you can't carry it into certain places because it's a federal building or it's a restaurant. Girl down in Texas, her and the mom and daddy just got out of church one Sunday morning. Just tell you this little story. She went all the way to Washington with her case, but I'll get to that later. Alright, she went in and she left her gun out in the glove compartment because the restaurant said no guns in here, no weapons. So she goes in, she sits down, and with her mom and daddy and has their lunch out afternoon lunch there, just sitting there leisurely. And some crazy nut guy comes flying in with his pickup, drives through the front of the restaurant, gets out with an automatic handgun of some type with clips, and just kept shooting the people and killing people in there. Her daddy told them to stay down. He was going to try to rush him and try to get him before he could reload, but he didn't make it. He shot her daddy at point blank. The girl and her told her mama, we've got to try to make a break for that window if we can get through it before we get killed. The girl thought her mom was with her when she took off, and she jumped through the window, but her mother didn't. Her mother went over to her daddy, and that bastard shot her mama dead right there too. Now, had she had her weapon in there, she might have been able to stop that man from killing all those people. Maybe her parents would be alive. Better one person die than multitudes of people. Somebody that nutty that would go into a daggum restaurant randomly killing folks he don't even know just because he flipped his damn lid. And that could happen anywhere. No telling why he did that. We'll never know probably. But she went to Washington trying to plead her case so that she could carry her weapon anywhere she needed to go with it, whether it be on a post office, whether it be in the bank, whether it be anywhere in the U.S. We're supposed to have the free God-given right to bear and carry a firearm. Now they've come up with this daggum thing, fussing about the AR-15. They're trying to use the misery of American people who've lost their sweet children because of the government's fault. I tell you this, if they would have had security at those schools, maybe those children would still be alive. You know, maybe. But I'm just saying, without security, you certainly don't. Some of the big schools, they do have security in some of the big cities because of gang activity and trouble. Those kids are killing kids. It's just a little too rough. Nobody's teaching those kids right. Kids' minds are like a sponge. Monkey see, monkey do. I'm telling you, something's got to be done first with the teaching of our children. Back when I was a kid, all of us had guns. We hunted on a regular basis. We never thought nothing about it. We took our shotguns apart and put them in a gunny sack and had taken them to school. But we didn't. We went and put them together after school, and we would leave the school ground and put them together and go rabbit hunting together. Us boys did. We were a bunch of country boys. We never thought nothing about it. Our fathers did it before us and before that. Now, guns are completely outlawed on school campus. Now, had just one person, one security guard or somebody, boy, I got the crud this morning. Excuse me. But if they'd had somebody on campus that was checking those people that come in and out of there with guns, knives, whatever, maybe those children would still be alive. So who's at fault? Government is half at fault. Parents may be the other half because they didn't train their kids not to kill. What happened to thou shalt not kill? Government took prayer out of school, so there's no muzzle on our children anymore. Every day I watch kids and listen to them, what they want to play and what they talk about. All they talk about's in video games that have nothing but violence on them. Child's mind's like a sponge. They grow to enjoy that. They think it's funny, ha ha, watch somebody get splattered. You know, and it shows graphic blood flying from the thing. Of course, that's just a video game. But it affects their minds. They think, oh, I can do that. Or them race car driving games where they think that they can go out on the street and drive like that. Just because they did on that game, nobody got hurt on the game, really. But it's programming their minds and watching violent, real bloody, gory, violent movies. Anything, suggestions can create a monster in the spirit of a child. Children's minds are young and impressionable and growing. They have no self-control whatsoever over what they do. And if you give a kid a weapon, that's what happens. But I tell you this, guns will not stop killing. If you take the guns away from the citizens, all you're going to do is leave the outlaws with the guns and make outlaws a good honest citizens that had the right to bear their firearms, had the right to buy those guns for years, and now the government turns around and says, no, you don't no more, not unless you pay me. You can pay me if for a gun permit, and then you can carry your gun legal, sir. And only in certain places we tell you can. No, something's got to change. The laws of this America has went to crap. I'm not going to answer that. I know who it is. I'll get back to Ma in a minute. This second. Mom, I'm busy. I'll call you back. Anyway, getting right down to it, what I'm talking about here is the government wants control over people. That's all it amounts to. They're scared we're going to turn on them. We wouldn't turn on them if they'd just take care of their people right, but they don't. My mom's been disabled since 1993, has had health problems, and the government barely takes care of her needs. Every year they talk about cutting Social Security, messing with our programs. Well, if they got one or two choices, if they want to get the American people off their butt, they're going to have to help them to get a job and do something about these colleges and their game. These colleges, all they're doing is getting rich off government funds. The majority of your students are not getting their careers that they go to school for. They're not getting the full training. They're not getting the benefits that they should. That's what I got to say about that. I just got out of college. I quit. I quit because of government control, and the doggone professors of the school do not work with their students. I went out here a couple semesters, maybe I think 3 semesters. The third one I failed last year because first of all, I had surgery after I got out of school and back in the spring of April of 2012. By May, I was laid up for about 3 months or 4 with a hernia operation. When I got back into school, I should have dropped early, but I didn't. But then I went out to take a little walk one day, and I got bit by some kind of creature. I'll never know what kind of spider or bug it was. But in less than 30 minutes, it put me down in cardiac arrest. I barely made it home from the park. It's only about 30 minutes from the house, but still, when I came in, I just collapsed right in the door. So we had to, my cousin was here, thank goodness, and he called the ambulance for me because my mom, she'd just went to pieces. But anyway, they got the ambulance here, and they got me back, and they hauled me to the hospital, and I spent a day and a half in the hospital. But then my heart has still given me trouble ever since then. Now, I went to a cardiac arrest test, and they found some problems with it. All right, it's got something. He said, I forget what it was, but anyhow, it's got some problems. Scar tissue for one thing, where I've had too many strokes and heat strokes and stuff over the years. from hard ass work. That's what causes that.